Good afternoon, Your Excellency, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Geospatial World Forum that takes place in the Netherlands for the second time. My name is Dorine Burmanje. As Kees already mentioned, I'm chair of the executive board of the Dutch Cadastre Land Registry and Mapping Agency, in short known as Dutch Cadastre. It's my great honor to welcome you here today and to welcome you to Rotterdam, which will be your home for the coming days. We are very proud that Rotterdam has chosen to host this year's Geospatial World Forum, as it is the second largest city in the Netherlands and one of the largest ports in the world. An impressive group of industry leaders and experts in the field of geospatial information are gathered here the coming days. We will share our experiences and vision in order to set the stage for strong debate and interesting discussions. We very much appreciate the presence of the Minister from Ghana and of our former Minister of Housing, Spatial Planning and Environment, Mrs. Dekker, who will join us later. This year's theme focuses on monetizing geoinformation. It was chosen because the word monetization has become a part of everyday discussions. Governments are talking about ways in which they can turn debt around. Companies are finding ways to sell products and services more effectively and efficiently. Individuals are seeking ways to transform their assets into some form of value and earnings. We take off where we ended last year, the conclusion that it is important to use the energy of the geo industry to create solutions to battle today's economic and environmental challenges and benefit societies. What changes have occurred since last year? First, we are still living in economic challenging times, but not everyone is affected by the crisis in the same degree. Second, we are still worried about political developments in certain countries around the world. Third, we moved one step further in creating a global interest in geospatial developments. And fourth, we are positive about the efforts of countries towards a geospatially enabled world. Accessible data sets enable us to meet demands of society. Therefore, we are creating more and more smart combinations of infrastructures, data sets, and societal uses. Allow me to give my views on these last three issues: infrastructure, data, and smart combinations. I would like to start with geoinfrastructure, since many of us have been working for years on creating a geospatial infrastructure. In Europe, many countries have streamlined their national spatial data infrastructure according to the INSPIRE directive. We see this development all around the world. For instance, an initiative like the United Nations has taken on and is called Global Geospatial Information Management, the GGIM. I conclude that overall, on a global level, we see a continuing development of geospatial technologies and its potential. Even our European economic crisis helps. Let me give you an example. The government in the Netherlands needs to cut budgets. One way to achieve this is to create a digital government by 2017, where every citizen and business can deal with government through electronic services. The need to cut back now leads to the decision that digital services are standard and paper delivery will be the exception. Without the crisis, this decision would not have been agreed upon in the Netherlands. Second, the data. Here in the Netherlands, we are proud that our Dutch cadastral registration and topographical mapping were amongst the forerunners of a key register. Additional key registers exist, making various data available. Now it's our duty and our challenge to be transparent. transparent about the meaning of the data, transparent about how aspects like privacy and legal security are guaranteed, and transparent about the costs of the data. The third I mentioned was smart combinations. Technology gives us opportunities that we could only dream about a few years ago. Let me give you another example. A few months ago, a colleague retired after working 40 years in typography. We organized a seminar to honor his work in the field, and what struck me was that this group of people had been waiting for the technological possibilities that we have now. For example, AutoGAN. It's a technique for generating a scale map automatically. This is an old idea, but it didn't seem feasible. But now, by combining technological possibilities with listening more to societal wishes, it's possible. Meeting the needs of societies by using a spatial data infrastructure leads to a spatially enabled society. Nowadays, local governments can combine a topographical map with information on nursing homes to know hotspots if an evacuation is necessary. In my view, it's essential to understand that maps, databases, and GIS technology is no longer for the science community only. It has evolved. Nowadays, farmers use GPS technology for precision farming. School boys and girls use GPS to find the best sales in town, and the examples are endless. If we understand this, what does it mean for our organizations, for the choices we make? It's my opinion that we must make our infrastructure and data easily accessible for business and citizens in order to help solve their problems. In that way, geospatial information is an essential backbone to society. The time for debate is over. The geospatial sector must be prepared to connect together and with society. It should be our obligation to work together, to share knowledge, and to be prepared to make a first step towards a global geospatial world. Only then can we make a prudent stride towards using geospatial information as a tool to battle today's economic and environmental challenges and to benefit societies. We, the geospatial community, can and should be the backbone for that. As you might know, in the Netherlands we are famous for protecting our country from water. Even nowadays, it's knowledge we export to, for example, the USA. Here in Rotterdam, a special project has almost finished, the creation of new land in the second Maasvlakte. It's an example of the active and no-nonsense city that hosts this year's Geospatial World Forum. I wish you all a very good conference, a very good stay in Rotterdam, but above all, a lot of friends. Thank you.